直ちに破壊する。
行くよサンドラック。
覚悟はできているな。
行くぜ相棒。
他に知らされる前に型をつける。
ゼロよ、俺を導いてくれ。
For today's video, we are going to learn one of the most sought after suit, which is Wing Zero. Wing Zero is a fine recoil suit which excels in holding its own, as strong armament centered on its twin buster rifle and top class mobility. Its playstyle emphasizes on flashy and disciplined movement with a combination of relentless pressure. This guide will mainly teach you on how to play Wing Zero as a front row, as I have personally found it to be a strong suit in any matchup due to its versatility. If needed to, it's able to play the support role, cause in Gundam Versus there are endless possibilities and scenarios, so one has to adapt to different types of situations. Just a true and true, Wing Zero is a demonic suit when placed in a capable hand, but don't expect an easy ride with a high win rate before understanding and perfecting the full capability of the suit. Let's cover the general description of Wing Zero. Now, we shall talk about each of its ability along with the best time to use it. Let's start off with main source of damage, which is the beam rifle, also known as twin buster rifle. This weapon has an ammo count of 5. It fires 2 beam projectiles. Despite its appearances, it's a single beam priority. Its shots are slightly thicker in comparison to conventional beam rifle. Its main strength lies in its thickness, creating shooting angles and pressure. It has strong performance for sneaking in shots, and at times it will clip your enemy when he tries to sidestep. Its main weakness is its low ammo pool. A simple Zunda can cause you to be in a disadvantaged situation. It is imperative not to waste any shot and learn how to master your ammo count with the combination of CSA. CSA, also known as Charge Shot A, is Wing Zero unique modifier for its twin buster rifle main. Do take note of my charge meter. In every event ranging from melee movement to dodging of projectile, one must always charge it up in order to be proficient with Wing Zero. After the charge time is completed, approximately 3 seconds, you have a completely new armament. Once charged, you can freely carry it around without needing to continuously hold the A button. It's a new charge main, a vanillas Gerobi. It is essential to learn how to charge your CSA at any point of time, regardless whether one is under pressure or not. Once fired, it needed to be recharged. This unique modifier gives one a boost in both offensive and defensive capability. This weaponry works well in both catching sloppy approach and punishing landings. CSA works well with 8B cancel route, which is the bread and butter when learning Wing Zero. Sub is a shoulder mounted machine gun which has a wide shotgun spray pattern. One button press releases 15 rounds of burst. The spread of the bullet is pretty wide, but distance covered is rather short. On paper, for an offensive point of view, it looks rather lackluster as the range is limited. While it is not a strong armament for an offensive tool, as a defensive one, it is impeccable. The wide spread not only catches sidestep approaches, it is able to capitalize against both MEPE and Zero system, as the MG bullet trajectory will face towards the enemy, making it invaluable. Side AC, Rolling Buster Rifle. It's an iconic Wing Zero attack which fires 2 Gerobi while spinning in a 360 angle. The rotation could be changed depending on the input. You can change the direction of the attack by inputting the directional button either to the left or right. One should always input the angle which requires the least amount of rotation to hit your enemy. After a knockdown, by inputting the correct timing, you can punish your enemy with this move. By utilizing CSA, it increases beam thickness as well as damage wise. 3 full rotations consume 1/5 of your boost gauge, so ultimately once your rolling buster hits, one should just cancel it. During the motion of the rolling buster, one is at full vernier, which gives an opportunity for your opponent to punish you. If you see an incoming projectile, cancel the maneuver and evade the shot. Remember to change target when using this move. 2AC is a Gerobi with decent buzzer correction. It can be used in conjunction with CSA to increase the damage with an addition of an explosion upon contact with a turret. You can cancel it out at the start of animation if you think it isn't going to hit. This gives you an opportunity to reset and go back to neutral gameplay. BC transforms Wing Zero into Neo Bird mode with the side rise in altitude. By inputting 4 or 6 BC, it will transform to the face direction input. The vertical height is almost non-existent in comparison to neutral BC. The startup speed of MA mode is the biggest strength. It could be used for both offensive and defensive purposes. Side BC cancel out from MA mode is a rapid transformation with a barrel roll movement. Input 4 to roll to the left, while 6 to the right. It has slight frame delay before one is able to input another command after the barrel roll. When in MA mode, one consumes less boost and able to cover greater distance than normal conventional methods. By using continuous loops of rapid transformation, 4 or 6 BC, one can turn the tide of the game to create an advantageous situation. MA mode main/Gerobi. CSA is able to be carried forward from both of these modes. It increases your beam thickness as well as damage. Its strength and also weakness is that it allows free targeting. Depending on the distance and altitude, one can often wind up shooting over your target even if they are in a standstill. So basically, it takes a lot of practice in order to learn how to hit with it. But if you manage to do so, it's good for counter-attack and finishing off low health enemies. There are several techniques one can utilize this move in order to get the upper hand. Later I shall elaborate more in detail in some of the techniques when one is using MA mode in conjunction with CSA. Sub during MA mode, fire a large burst of Vulcan towards the enemy in a straight line. Its armament has no muzzle correction and poor tracking, making it really difficult to land a confirmed hit. Its ammo isn't shared with MS mode. I can't find a situation where one is able to use this tool effectively. To be blunt, it is rather weak and rarely used in battle. By charging CSB, it activates Zero System. In Gundam Versus, by activating Zero System, it cuts all tracking and guidance when on the move for approximately 5 seconds, making it one of the premier armaments in the game, but its sustainability lasts only once per sortie. If one gets cut during Zero System, the user will receive 1.5 times damage. Zero System acts as a double-edged sword. In my opinion, the benefit outweighs the risk. So learning the timing when one should activate Zero System is key. One keynote: when during the activation of Zero System, it is at the most vulnerable state. During that 0.5 second animation delay, you can be punished. Burst attack or Super. The first stage has super armor and the final stage is a force down Gerobi. The whole duration of the animation lasts about 3 seconds and does 322 damage. By half bursting, you can maximize on burst play by getting multiple bursts in order to have several chances to turn the tide to one's favor. This is a move that is able to shift the momentum towards your favor, but only use it if you're confident of not getting cut. Always plan ahead if you're planning to super someone. Now, I'm going to show you some quick demonstration of an optimal combo for Wing Zero. Do take note of the timing in regards to simultaneously changing targets while charging up CSA. As promised earlier, we are going to learn how to use MA mode Gerobi effectively. How to approach your target. The most basic technique that was taught to me is by boosting horizontally during MA mode without using BC. Then, lower your altitude to match your opponents. Once both are level, double tap the forward directional button to face your target. During your final approach, strike them with your CSA. Side BC could also be used to approach your target. The fundamentals are the same as the previous technique that I mentioned, but you have to react much quicker. CSA MA mode Gerobi has 3 different variations, which are Swipe, Neutral and Wriggle. Swipe is a variation in which one swing the beam by turning while firing. This method is used if the distance and altitude does not match between you and your enemy. One has to predict the enemy movement before trying to perform this technique. Quick decision making is key. This variation has the highest probability of hitting multiple targets. The weakness of this technique is that it is unable to commit to a full knockdown, which gives an opportunity for your opponent to flip and punish you. Neutral, the most used variation. In order to perform this maneuver, your altitude and distance must match. If not, one can often wind up shooting above your target even if they are in a standstill. Adjust accordingly to how your opponent moves. With this in mind, one can catch them off guard easily. Last but not least, the most unstable variation of all, Wriggle. This technique is considered a double-edged sword as it has the highest probability of hitting and missing your target. The proper way to conduct this maneuver is to wriggle yourself during MA mode flight by simultaneously tapping the boost button and direction button. This lets you perform a wriggle motion. This maneuver is used in conjunction with CSA. By wriggling, it makes your beam unpredictable as it is moving in multiple axes. Let's take a look from Zeong's point of view, the beam trajectory. And now in slow motion. From this video, the beam is erratically moving, making it almost impossible to dodge. In some cases, even when one is moving erratically, your beam will miss. That's why this variation is so unstable. In order to be decent at Wing Zero, you need to perform 4 simultaneous tasks all at the same time. The 4 tasks are swiveling under pressure, especially in double lock situations, charging off CSA in any event regardless of one is under pressure or not, changing off targets, and last but not least, boost step dive. If one can perform this action, I assure you, one will become a better player. Mentality. What do I mean by mentality? Would you expect someone who is good at a skill without having to practice at all? Same concepts apply to other games. If one wants to learn a certain suit, you have to get out of your comfort zone. What do I mean by comfort zone? It's a mentality in which one requires little effort, only yield barely acceptable results. When one is trying to break out of the shell, he or she will feel uneasy as they are trying something new. Trying out new maneuvers, techniques in which one is not accustomed to. That's when win and lose ratio shouldn't be in your priority at all. When one is prioritizing winning rather than learning, technically the player is taking a step backwards and getting back into the comfort zone. So at the end of the day, what you're doing right now is just redundant. The best way to learn is via try and error to see which movement works and which doesn't. Watch other players' gameplay with the intention of stealing techniques and incorporating them to your playstyle. With that, conclude my tutorial. With this in mind, I shall end my video. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Twitch. The links can be found in the description tab down below. And this is signing off.